We saw at least 9 state AGs rubbing shoulders with representatives from Koch Industries, Big Tobacco, payday lenders, and the NRA. The dress code? Resort casual. CBS News reviewed 88 donations over $50,000 and found more than half of the donors had matters under consideration by a state attorney general or had recently settled.
Americans don't talk about attorney generals very much. Many of us don't know who our state attorney general is or what they do, but AGs have the power to shape our daily lives. An attorney general is basically the top legal expert in their state, and the law is supposed to be fair and unbiased. But that report from CBS about a recent gathering put on by the Republican Attorneys General Association shows that some of the people who are supposed to be standing up for justice are actually doing anything but that. But here's the good news. In almost all states, it's we the people who get to elect our attorney generals. Technically, it's attorneys general, like sisters-in-law instead of sister-in-laws. But don't get hung up on the wording. It's what AGs actually do that matters so much. There's also a U.S. Attorney General who is appointed by the president, but that's a topic for a different day. Today, we're talking about state attorney generals. So, what exactly is a state attorney general? What good or harm can they do? And why is it so important that we learn about who's running for AG in our state? Attorneys general are also known as the people's lawyers because they protect us, their constituents, from people and companies that don't have our best interests in mind. That can mean prosecuting companies that are polluting waterways, or landlords who are illegally raising rent prices, or banks that are selling people's private data. Sometimes state AGs band together on lawsuits, like a recent case against Purdue Pharma for aggressively pushing medications like OxyContin and profiting off the opioid crisis we're facing in this country. The company settled for $7.4 billion just this past January, which means billions of dollars that can now be put back into treatment and prevention programs. It's a great example of how an attorney general can have a positive impact on the people of their state. Unfortunately, we also have a lot of examples of the harm that a corrupt or extremist attorney general can do. Texas AG Ken Paxton is one notorious example. His office wasted 22,000 hours and taxpayer money searching for voter fraud in the 2020 election, ultimately finding only 16 cases of false addresses on voter registration forms. 16 cases out of 17 million registered voters in Texas. Paxton is also the guy who threatened to prosecute Texas doctors for providing medical care for Kate Cox, a woman who almost died because she couldn't get the life-saving abortion she needed. On top of all of that, he was actually impeached in 2023 for corruption and bribery. Think how bad it must have been for the Republican Texas House of Representatives to impeach him. There is ample evidence of Paxton using the power of his office to protect political donors and make money through insider trading. He was even investigated by the FBI. And yet, Republicans in the Texas State Senate decided not to remove him from office. And so he remains the state attorney general to this day. There is good news, though. The people have the power to vote him out. Paxton, along with most other AGs, is elected to office for a 4-year term at a time. A couple of states have 2 or 8-year terms, and in Alaska, Hawaii, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Wyoming, Tennessee, and Maine, AGs are appointed by the governor or state legislature. But in every other state, it's up to voters to choose their own attorney general. Most AGs are up for re-election in 2026 or 2028. And in one pivotal state, Virginia, voters will get to elect a new attorney general in just a couple of months. This November, Jay Jones, a lawyer and former member of the Virginia House of Delegates, will square off against the current Virginia Attorney General, Jason Miyares. Miyares is a Republican and a supporter of Donald Trump, campaigning for him and supporting his policies. As Attorney General, Miyares has pushed for an abortion ban in Virginia, And he called overturning Roe v. Wade good and reasonable. He supported Trump sending federal troops to Los Angeles earlier this year, and he's refused to join lawsuits against the administration over tariffs and all of the layoffs of federal workers. Trump's cuts to the federal workforce have hit Virginia especially hard, since so many Virginians work for the government. Fairfax County in Northern Virginia has seen a 35% increase in unemployment since last year. Extremists are pouring millions of dollars into Miyares' re-election campaign, hoping that Virginians don't notice that he's ready to bring DC's chaos even closer to home and prevent the work that needs to be done to move Virginia forward. Here's what his opponent, Jay Jones, had to say.
I have started calling him MAGA Miyares because that's what he is and what he's all about. This is about putting Virginia first, about returning the office to its core principles. It is really focused on consumer protection, civil rights, and protecting people across this Commonwealth and beyond.
Jones also supports some constitutional amendments that are working their way through the Virginia General Assembly, like one that supports marriage equality, and one that protects abortion access and other reproductive health care in the state. If you live in Virginia, make sure you come to the polls in November ready to vote for Attorney General. And make sure your friends and family know what an Attorney General is, too. Many people don't vote for AG, even those who turn out to vote for other offices like president and governor. That means that a few votes can make a huge difference. We have the opportunity to send a message in November that we don't support the chaos and extremism that we're seeing at the federal level. And if you don't live in Virginia, chances are you'll still have a chance to cast your vote for Attorney General very soon. 30 states will elect a new Attorney General in 2026, and 10 will vote for theirs in 2028. It's not just about rejecting extremism. It's about choosing a people's lawyer who actually works for the people.